there's any questions.
As soon as, just let us know when we're live.
Okay.
We're live, okay.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Thank you for being here today, this morning, for this work session. Right now it's 10:12. This work session is to discuss about the Morocco versus, or Franklin Young Guerrero versus the Morocco Equipment Company. And let's start with roll call, please.
Geraldine Stanley, CLB Secretary.
Nita Bailey, CLB Investigator Supervisor.
Marcus Fernandez, Investigator, CLB.
Aaron Aragon, Investigator, CLB.
Selena Ashland, Board Member.
Michelle Santos, Reverend Tax.
Bernard Benavente, Chairman of the Board. And yes, let's proceed. Tom, you there?
Yeah, Tom Keeler, Assistant Attorney General, appearing via Zoom.
Tom Keeler attending via Zoom.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for attending, Tom.
My pleasure.
Matt's not on?
Matt?
No, Matt's not on just yet. So,
Tom, as you know, this is an ongoing subject, and we're trying to get it to a closure. Any comments? Do you have any comments on this?
No, I haven't dealt with it since Sandra took over. I am now reassigned to CLP, so
Okay.
actually I don't know what the status is with the board.
Right now, it's kind of like we're in limbo because we're still trying to actually get more info on this thing. When Mr. Leon Guerrero appeared here the last
Couple board meetings.
couple board meetings, he was just indicating that Morocco didn't have a C-13 and they were doing electrical work, so
No.
It's generator.
His original complaint was that they were doing unlicensed work because they did not have a C-68 license. That's his complaint, original complaint.
This
Yeah.
generator.
yeah, but he came back and he said he was wrong. He said he was a C-13. He was
But
But
that
we
was
didn't get-
Frank, but that was Kenneth that filed the complaint.
Before.
It's not
Okay.
Franklin. Yeah. It was only
Okay, so-
Franklin's opinion.
I'm still trying to grasp what's going on here. And Anita, you have something to say about this?
Okay, because the original complainant was Kenneth Len Guerrero, and then he passed away. But the main reason that the case was closed is not because he passed away, it's because it was determined that the C-68 is not adjudicated. So it was closed, and then like a year later, the brother, Mr. Franklin, wanted to reopen, requested if he could be put in the agenda regarding this case. So he was put in the agenda for this case, and then I guess the board later on, based on what he was trying to get into, decided that this case is going to be reopened. So right now,
So on what basis is this gonna be reopened?
that's what I don't really, understand.
I think it was with Sandra that she said,
You can amend it.
or look at it under C-13, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think he has to submit an
Mhm.
amended complaint, which I don't think we've received. Is that right?
Yeah, we were just basing the review now on the documents that he had submitted, that he had emailed. If in fact there is a C-13 that is included in those documents, because the complaint was for the C-68 generator, and the documents that we have sorted out, put together, mostly in the invoices for generator. So we're trying to see if in fact the board, members could review and find a C13, and then maybe if they could, then it could be, but based on the closure of the case, it was basically based on the C68 generator. So that is the reason why it was closed. But he said the last time that he was saying about C13, but I don't know if we could ever find any C13 on the invoices that were submitted to us, because the complaint, if you could see the original, by the brother, by
So
Ms.
Moriko's invoices didn't say anything about the C13, they're doing C13, it's all about generators,
Yes, sir.
installation,
You could,
right?
you could,
Yeah,
you could
preventative
review it.
And preventative
Yes.
maintenance.
Yeah.
and preventative maintenance.
Yes.
There was others, he gave also heavy equipment, invoices, invoices for stuff that's has nothing to do with, electrical or generator. Yeah, I got top lifter, forklift,
How does he get these
backhoe.
things?
I
More
don't
than likely it's
really-
FOIA, cause these
Yeah,
are all
they were
government,
government,
these
yeah.
are all
Yeah.
government invoices.
So this is the one that he
So-
was questioning, that he said it was not reviewed, but it was actually reviewed because it was in the original brief that we submitted to the board. But we did not just attach everything because there was already a decision that it will be closed because the generator is not adjudicated. So we did not go into details. But when he came and he wanted the board to review this documentation in fairness to him, so we have it here now, whatever that the board could find, then, we can.
So I think overall too, he had some complaints about mishandling of, the
Yeah.
information or the case in general when it was initially submitted.
Right.
So I think, there's some grievance there for him, that, now he's just trying to more or less, carry this on in his brother's name, to
Right.
try to find some resolution. At the end of the day, I don't know if he's gonna be happy with any final determination, but I think, us as a board, showing him in good faith that, yes, we understand and, can, maybe admit to some mishandling on the
If there
original
was a-
case, but
if
moving
there-
forward,
Okay,
giving a good faith review.
if we have a mishandling of his case, what does he want us to do? Accept that we mishandled the case, or?
So the original investigators are not even here to answer that question. One passed,
What
one
would that
just
suffice
resigned.
if we were at fault, but we were not at fault?
Well, to be fair, after when we did take over this case, we didn't lose any documents. We did 2021, right? Because he's talking about 2019, we lost something, dropped the ball.
Yeah.
2021, this complaint came in. This is everything
It's
that he's
intact.
given to us. We did this investigation as we normally do any investigation. We did conclude from the attorney from Morrico that Mr. Kevin Fowler is saying that our rules and regs were not yet adjudicated. Therefore, how can we enforce this rules and regs? Then that's when the case kind of fizzled. Then Mr. Frank jumped in saying that, we're using his brother's death as the reason to close the case, but that's really not true.
But even if we fine Morrico or whatever, he doesn't benefit from it. The government does, right?
Right.
So I don't see what he would get out of it except, and even if we apologize and say we mishandled it,
Yeah.
what does that do for him? I don't know. We could issue a strong letter to Morrico saying, cease and desist,
Right.
and that's the best we can
But on what
do.
grounds though?
Yeah, but that's
That's-
only if we
that's-
find grounds,
Right.
which
We need to be-
obviously we can discuss that, but
Mhm.
at the end of it, I don't think that he may find satisfaction
Yeah.
in the end result.
I agree.
But as I said, as
Well,
a
you
show
could
of
take
good
us to
faith,
court, that's
we'll,
his next, right?
well, that's his right,
That's the
that's
next
his
step,
right.
yeah.
For him,
Yeah.
but for us, as I said, I think if we just focus, yes, to you know, address the mishandling at the initial case, but then,
So
you know,
that's the part,
explain
that's the
that
part where I don't understand either, cause everyone that it mishandled. the
is no longer
original-
here,
right?
but,
So I don't know
you know,
how
it's
we're
still
gonna-
the agency.
So moving
still
forward though,
doing
I think we
yeah.
did
But we
resolve
did a
that issue
corrective
and.
measure as far as that,
Right.
that file that was lost. We centralized our file,
Oh,
you
that's
know.
true.
Because
That's right.
after that, there's a lot of things, you know, that happened, you know, when the investigators were, you know, like, I was just me alone left when Vince died, and then we have new investigators we trained, and then he quit, and then there's another, you know, investigators, and then everything is in disarray. I'm not trying to justify it, and then we have interns coming in and everything, so,
Yeah,
but we were honest. I have told Mr. Kenneth, I'm sorry, but we could not find the you know, those files. That's why he refiled. He understand. So he refiled the case based on the same generator again. So he gave us the names of people to contact. Actually, you know, so Aaron investigated it, and Marcus took over, and the whole file is intact for the next one.
So basically, this big group, this is like a government invoices, and the only private sector side was those 4 names that he listed, and in this, where's this report at? This report
Jeff
shows that we
Leadwell,
reached out to.
the first report.
Correct, and then so if you look at this handout, second page, September 28th, this was the outcomes of when we tried to reach out to
Yeah.
this,
The private,
these,
yeah.
yes.
Is this the first complaint?
That's the
Second.
second,
This one?
right after the first
This is-
one, you
This
know.
is when we knew investigators came in.
Just like after COVID, you know, it
This
turned it
one?
in after COVID, you know, I remember.
Yes,
there were-
that's the complaint, yeah.
So, what I'm trying to understand from Mr. Leon Guerrero is, what made this, situation come out? I mean, does he have any documentation from an attorney? Does he have something in black and white saying that he should come here and do what he's doing now? Does he have something? I mean, he just,
I think this was like inside information from Mr. Kenneth Leon Guerrero, the Kindo, the
Before he
RME for
passed?
Kindo. I believe there was a relationship that Mr. Kindo had with Morico prior to this complaint, and then
So you
when
think-
they no longer required Mr. Kindo's services,
Got
assuming
it.
this is where this complaint is
So-
stemmed from.
yeah.
So
so is
So
he,
that's
is
the
Miss
resolution.
Franklin, is he, some kind of, does he have authority to do that? His brother is deceased.
correct.
That's
So
what
what
I'm
authority
saying.
gives him,
Yeah.
or what made
What's his
him prompt to
standing?
do this?
Yeah,
Right.
legally, cause he's not, Kenneth,
Right.
and
And then
he's
Mr.
deceased.
Mr. Kindo's license was a sole proprietor, so
I think
there's
it-
no corporation or
I-
anything to.
For me, I
answer.
don't think this is, I mean, we shouldn't even be entertaining this.
So sir, like what Mr. Vince said and the previous board meeting, anybody can make a complaint, right? Anyone off the street, you don't need to be a licensed contractor, anyone can. The question though is, if Mr. Frank is coming like off the street, right, someone off the street, has no knowledge about electrical or the dealings of Morico and Kindle, right? I don't know how they would know that Morico needs a C13 license to do whatever the invoices that they, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how he's gonna make that connection.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Does
my
Franklin have
issue.
pictures of actual electrical work being done by Morocco?
No.
No,
I'm
there's no
pretty sure if
evidence.
they did, they would have given it to us already.
Yeah.
All we have is like what, Mrs. Santos said, this is junk. This- don't-
I was the one that dissected it, so it
Yeah.
took a minute,
We
but
really have to segregate it,
Yeah.
so that he will not say that we lost again, you know. So what,
No, we
even if the
never
drugs
lost.
are there, I told Marcus, just keep it there, whatever is there, so we will not be accused that, you know, some of the documents are there. We have to make sure that all the documents are there, even if it's a forklift, even whatever it is, you know.
that's the reason I presented you guys
Yeah.
the
But
invoices
the-
like this,
most of it,
original broken down version.
the
So
bulk is
If we
just.
had invoices saying that we did this, we did that, electrical part, C13, then probably that will hold up. Or
Absolutely.
pictures of the actual
Right,
evidence.
absolutely,
or anybody that's, will acknowledge and be a witness on it, during the construction or doing whatever they were doing,
Mhm.
then maybe that will hold up. But for right now, the owner is deceased, and I don't know what basis does Franklin have to come here and
Even,
accuse,
even
the
if-
staff and the board
sorry.
of, misappropriation on his part, or his documents, his complaint, that we mishandled it, should I say? I don't see anything there.
At least not in this
Yeah,
second
not in the
version.
2021.
Right. And then I just wanted to point out, let's say they started off with this generator complaint, right? And we were always focused on that. And then we did find out later that the rules were not yet adjudicated from this case actually. Then we pushed into the C13, right, to assist Mr. Frank or Mr. Ken to make their complaint more accurate, if you will. Even if we went to a C13, breaking down all these invoices, talking to these customers that they had, I still can't sort of make that connection for.
Anything to support that.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these things that they gave us, the invoices they gave us, is preventative maintenance,
So for
AC stuff.
preventative maintenance, what kind of a contractor's license does he need?
No,
You don't need
no
one.
license.
Cause they're not, doing any,
There's no
But
installation,
that's-
there's
but
no
that's
connection.
specialty
Checking the oil,
equipment, so
the bell.
the contractor's licensing, I guess, the different, the different types of license, it's specific to like the construction industry,
Correct.
right? So this is equipment and machinery. Doesn't-
Yeah.
You don't need
Basically,
a license for
basically,
it.
I'm finding difficulties connecting that C13 license to the
And
work that
unless-
Morco performs
as
based
the-
off of the invoices given.
Unless as the chairman said, if we had pictures of like, hey, they're actually, putting it into
Correct.
the residence or the buildings, like power source.
Yeah, they're
Then it's
wired,
Correct.
electric,
they
then
are
you need an
wiring,
ME,
you know,
Right.
then you
something
need an
to,
ME,
you know.
but
To
you
be
don't
fair,
have that.
right, we don't have those pictures. But to be fair, even the equipment that they use to do their preventative maintenance, electricians use the same tools. So even if we see these things in, like a picture of it, can we really say that they're doing wiring
Electrical work,
installations
yeah.
or, then we see the work performed. If it's new wires, clearly you guys change the wires out. But if it
But in
looks
the machine.
right, see it in the machine now.
In the
That's
piece
just
of
the generator.
equipment.
Not in the building.
Not on the
Right, not the
building.
structure, correct.
You're not touching the wiring in the building, or the breaker
the
boxes,
breakers.
or the,
This invoices is telling me that there's several projects that they were doing. Is there a specific project that they're trying to get into? I mean,
no.
no, right?
He's
So
just trying to say generally they're doing work that unlicensed, but
it's
there's no
he
license
said,
that they
it's
really
a
need
he
to
said,
do the
she
work they're
said
doing.
thing.
That's where.
It's an accusation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's like, anybody can bring a complaint, our responsibility, the CLB's responsibility, the investigation unit is to take any complaint,
Of course.
with,
course,
in
we're-
good faith,
we're serious about
And
it,
obviously, if you
yeah.
find that in your investigation, there's no basis, there's a, then that's the determination, right, so. So I think, for the 2021,
I'll be honest, I've had many people come and say that, they feel that they are right even though they disagree with the outcomes that we've given. But none of them ever did what Frank's coming in and constantly berating the
agency.
right. I mean, there's
yeah, that's what I'm
I've
saying,
been
I think
few,
at the end of the day, it's a
Yeah.
level of satisfaction I don't think he's going to get.
Yeah.
And he too, I don't think, I think we asked him, what is the
They-
recourse
I
or
believe
what
Ms.
is,
Serena asked him directly.
yeah,
Yeah.
directly, and he didn't really even have an answer to that, so. Even if it was, I wanna put him out of business, it's
Yeah.
like, that wasn't like, so I don't think, but that's not our job, right?
No.
To make sure that we're satisfying the complaints, and it's that we are doing our due diligence.
well, we have to
In
be fair
investigating.
across
Yeah,
the
and
board,
fair,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Parties concerned.
parties concerned, yes.
Can we wrap
So-
up,
Solution?
our solution to this, so we
Our
can
findings,
our
after
findings,
looking through the documentation.
Okay.
yeah, to the
So-
documentation, and then move on the next board meeting we have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean,
And
speaking,
so,
so speaking to this 2021 case complaint, based on what we're being presented right now by the investigation unit, I don't see that the work being performed qualifies
right,
as work that would fall under the C13 license. So I would say that, you know.
This is based off the information given to us.
Right, exactly.
And then
So-
we've actually even reached out to Morico to try and get more information. And they lawyered up already since
Yeah.
2019, actually. The responses from their attorney, Mr. Fowler, was actually there. So he responded to this twice, basically, this allegation. His original response to Mr. Terlahi, I think, Joe Terlahi out of this office, was back in 2019. And then he sent me that same copy of his response from 2019, and then gave me his new response just to say, to update it, I guess, that from the last 2019 complaint, this is what we found, and you know, the rules were not adjudicated then, and they're still not adjudicated now, so
Yeah.
why are we?
Exactly.
This
And
is
the
like a second
original
round
compl-
robin, basically.
Yeah, so the 20, and that's all the 2021 is just like the resubmission of the 2019, which still says the C68, which,
Correct.
again, so
Yeah.
just under exactly how between like the four corners of this complaint,
Correct.
it says C68, so the determination is that, of course, that that's not adjudicated, it's not a license that the
Correct.
agency is authorized to
Of course.
enforce, so, you know.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's where it's
Yeah,
at.
unfortunately for Mr. Franklin, yeah, but that's the determination. I mean, so we don't even actually, I mean, we spent a time talking about the C13 as, again, it's a good faith effort to try to,
Yes.
you know, but
We really do.
as it's written, the determination's the same, you still, I would
Yeah.
say you still close it under this marking based on what the complaint is actually written, and then, you know, of course, maybe put some language of, you know, maybe not an outright apology, but we understand that it was mishandled, but in the refiling, we did our due diligence, we made corrective actions in our process to make sure that we would preserve
Mhm.
I actually-
documentation, you know, properly and record.
I actually had conversations with Mr. Sanchez prior, right, to a lot of this, and I did ask him, I told him, I was saying that another angle is also to thank Mr. Frank and Kindle for bringing this to our attention, because we would never have found out that our rules are not yet adjudicated.
Yeah, that's
And it
true.
actually prompted that to get the ball
Yeah.
rolling, and you guys all know how long those rules and regs can get adjudicated, right? How the time
Well,
frame for
too,
that.
it sends up our red flag and we could watch Morocco if that's what we do, you know. But I don't know that that will prove
They
it.
did sell their company to, I believe it was.
Probably,
So
uh,
Atkins control.
Atkins control.
Yes.
Yeah, once more.
Mhm.
You gotta follow the truck, you gotta have your telegraphic photo lens and things we don't have, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Did we get the cars yet?
We got one.
Yeah, so
Almost there,
it's
Almost there.
further down on the list, those specialties.
amongst other equipments we also need.
So,
Okay, we will prepare the resolution, the outcome of the work session, and we will present it to the board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you also summarize your report.
Mm-hmm. We
Right.
will sum
So
at the
that's-
end.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which one? This report?
your
or-
investigative
the
on the
timeline?
Yeah.
second,
So,
on your,
We
Yeah, I think we
actually
have-
did
on the
that.
wor- we have it.
Yeah, we actually did that
so
already.
there is an
This-
amendment, after the amendment, we will add on the work session outcome, okay? See, the
Yeah.
first one was the first, and then the second one we submitted was the amended, and then the third one we're going to submit is the result of the work session.
well, you have here April 22, right, April? So we had a couple board meetings and,
Yeah, I think there is an amendment. Did you attach the amendment, Marcus?
There's two timelines.
Yeah, the April 22
One would be like the
was,
first case and this would be the second
I
round.
don't know what I got, it's not
yeah,
dated.
there is a timeline and he stopped here on April 22, but there is another one that's after this.
Yeah, because
The
there's,
amended
There's two
one.
there.
we had,
There's two. These are the two different summaries.
we need to date it, Marcus, so we
Yeah.
can differentiate.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is the amended one, the
Or
one.
number it,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Okay, okay.
The one on the top is the amended one. So I guess what you're saying is we stopped here on the April 2022, so we will continue on with this
Yeah,
one.
we had a couple
Yeah.
board meetings and then we had this
Yeah.
work session.
It's just to add on, right?
Add on to
the
this,
Yeah.
yeah, on the
Yeah, absolutely,
timeline.
yeah.
summaries.
But summarize your investigation report, right?
Okay, from very beginning to
Don't
today,
just,
or-
Yeah, the 2021.
just with this set, right, you said you did all this. right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Oh, you wanted me to include that into this
Well,
summary?
no,
You can,
I was
yeah,
gonna do it.
I would incorporate
Yeah,
it as,
I would.
you know,
make it more
as was-
detailed,
Okay.
because like, this is very,
Yeah. It was like an outline only.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
mainly
it
for
has to
this
be
meeting.
Detailed,
Okay,
a
okay.
detailed, that way everybody understands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it shows you did your thorough
Right, right.
review and detail.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Of the.
Because there's actually more info, like I was saying, there's like top lift there, there's forklift, there's backhoe, there's a lot of stuff that had nothing to
So
do
that's
with
just equipment
electrical.
rental, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what did they do that for?
So a lot of the maintenance they did here would be
I guess they just wanted to send documents, you
calibrations
know.
for their
You know, so just to
engines.
support that, oh, here are the documents, it's up for us to see if there is really something there. So that's why I told them, don't put that as, you know, you still have to include that even if it's not related, because he might say again
But
that.
see, what we're doing his job, it's not our job to justify his complaint.
Because his,
We try to help, you know what I'm saying? We
because
tried our
his
best to
concern was like,
assist.
we're
If he's
not,
gonna say,
No, but he submitted these documents as support for his complaint. So
Okay.
yes, as the investigation
We broke it
unit,
down to.
they have to go through the support
To look for the
documents and say
merits,
if it's
basically.
relevant or not.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
So that's what
because
it
he thinks it's all relevant.
Yes.
yes,
Correct.
I get
that's
it.
that's
Okay.
what he thought, so,
So whatever comes out from this board, he would probably use that or whatever to move forward on what he's trying to do, or what his,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he can, that,
That's
That's-
his
It's his,
prerogative.
That's- yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
his prerogative,
It's up to him.
as long as we close our part.
yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
And
We
we
did our
move on
part.
to other business.
Okay,
Okay,
Yes, sir.
are we good today, this morning?
yes,
Is there any more to discuss?
You guys have questions for us? We're
Yeah.
here. If there's anything we can clarify more.
Tom, you still there?
Yeah.
Alright.
Any input?
Any advice for us, please?
Yeah, I agree with the comments that were made. I would also remind the board that the complaint originated out of a procurement between or with the airport authority. And the airport authority didn't have any issues with licenses or anything of that nature. So I just think it's appropriate to possibly reference that.
Reference the GMA case.
Okay,
Because it's an unlicensed activity
oh, okay,
also.
okay.
Yeah, you know, that was what was alleged, but that's not what the airport authority had an issue with.
what's alleged on the airport is different. Yes, you did.
Is you're pertaining to the Menzies?
The GMA
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a
Okay.
separate case.
This is a separate case, Tom. This is the Morico and Ken Leon Guerrero. Kindo Electric.
Kindle.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so, moving forward, we will make the investigative team will make a report, a final, finalization on our findings, and we will bring that up to the next board meeting.
Sounds good.
Okay? Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tom.
Okay, thank you, folks.
I would have to do another report because from that board meeting that the board reopened this case. So we're gonna start it again like like new or from that moment up to now, right? And then we
Well,
give our recommendation to the
we
board
didn't
and
technically reopen, because of 2021, did you ever issue a determination?
yes, we
Oh,
closed
you
it.
did?
Okay,
Yes,
so
we
that's-
closed the case.
Okay.
That's the one
alright.
closed
Yeah.
by
Okay, thank you for
Linda
refreshing.
Ibanez closed
Correct.
that
Got you,
case.
got you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Another
Yeah,
transition for our office, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were in the middle of that
okay,
too.
yeah, but yeah, I think based on our work session today, you have what you need to
Yes,
make
I
the final,
do.
final
I
determination.
hope the board can
No, we're
hold
good.
grounds and,
Yeah,
I mean, cause you guys did close it and then Frank came, said his piece and then we reopened again, so it's, I don't know how we're.
I think that was as a courtesy, given
Mhm.
Okay,
how the case had progressed
would
from
take it.
2019, but
Correct.
yes, but, I think
Okay.
we have a solid understanding, and again.
this is like the
these are-
third,
Yeah.
the third go now
We'll
actually for
appreciate
this,
your work
but
on that,
I'm
yeah,
on board
to
still.
stick
I think
with
we
it,
just
yeah.
have to be strong and
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
be persistent with our decision.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am,
stand by
I
our
guess so.
decision.
That
Yeah.
is the best, you know.
He's also persistent, but we
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
persistent.
We'll just be consistent of
I
what
mean,
we
it's
found.
democracy, majority
Rules,
should
yeah.
rules.
Okay,
Like-
we're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Any more?
Yeah.
Anything? Okay,
Move we
so
adjourn, or whatever. it is.
it's, what time is it?
10:43, sir.
10:43 and this workshop is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
What happened to Mr. Sanchez?
Ma'am, that's another.
Are we good, sir?
I'm following your question, I wanna know too.
I was driving here for the work session and Rena's texting me and I'm like, what? What?
That was his last day
Basically,
actually,
it's like a
yeah.
vacuum for us right now because there is no acting.
Are we off?
Sorry.
Not yet, hold on a second.
Of
Let
the
us know when
record.
we're
Well, you already closed it.
Yeah, we're adjourned.
Sure.